Hey everyone,
Hi.
we're back with a brand new video.
Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry. It's the editing, guys. It's the editing. Anyways.
Blame it on COVID. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, so we got your questions and
We're gonna answer them now. Some of you guys play too much because, first of all,
some of those questions y'all asked.
it wasn't even a question.
What was that? Come on, man.
It was like, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck would a woodchuck wood? Anyways.
Do beavers really chuck wood?
Let's start the questions because we don't even have time to entertain those questions.
know.
Anyways. So what's the first question?
Let's see what we got. Are people expecting of y'all, or are people accepting, I'm sorry, I can't speak English very well today, accepting of y'all as an interracial couple?
You want to go first?
As far as I've seen, yes. I know there are people out there that wouldn't approve, and you know, they're entitled to their own opinion. Doesn't mean I agree. You know, I'm in love with Eva, and there shouldn't be a such thing as color in a racial way. We're a people, not a skin color, not ethnicity. We're a people, and we're all under God.
Well, all right. So the question is, what are people accepting of y'all as an interracial couple? All right. So I've had previous conversations on that before we even started dating, before we even met, and this one guy, I can say he's an ex of mine, whatever. He felt the need to comment on my story on Instagram because I think I posted something about interracial dating and how I like it. Like, I'd never been in one until now. And he's like, he got so upset because he's like, oh no, you're ruining the black culture. Black is supposed to be with black. It's all about like black power and all of that. Anyways, so he's like, oh, that's like destroying the black culture basically. And I don't know, it's just he was just going off. Like, he was so upset because I wanted to be with a Caucasian man. I wanted to be with almost any race, not except black, but I've dated Jamaicans, I've dated Bahamians, I've dated a Haitian. I could say I dated a Haitian, but that's not the point. The point is, I just felt so attracted towards like Caucasian men, and that was it. He just felt like the whole black culture was dying because all of the black women are going after Caucasian men, Hispanic men, regardless, any race except African American. And there's a lot that leads to that, but
I guess I could understand where he's coming from. But I mean, it's preference. You know, you can't tell somebody what to like. You can't tell somebody, hey, you have to be with your same color, your same race. Some people will. Some people, they want to step outside that because they like what they like. And there's nothing else to it.
I don't even think I even answered the question. But anyway, so when it comes to us, I remember someone, like, I was explaining to someone who Michael was. Like, they knew of him, they knew him, but they didn't think that I would be dating him. For example, so I'm talking to this woman, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm like, you know him. he used to be, on the worship team and all of this. And she's like, it's like she knows who I'm talking about, but she doesn't want to believe it because she's like, I could see her mind like, wait, is he dating like a black girl? I can read her mind. It's not what she said verbally out loud, but she just continued to ask questions to make sure like we're talking about the same person. I'm like, yes, it's him. So it's like some people, regardless of their religion, regardless of their beliefs, regardless of anything, they could just sit there and like in your face smiling and saying, oh, I'm so happy for you, but turn around, they're like hating on you. They're like, why are they together? They shouldn't be together or whatever. Not that I experienced that, but that was the only incident that happened where someone had to make sure that I was talking about the right person. But other than that, yeah, everybody accepts. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, yes, you guys, I love you guys. I can't wait for you guys to like post another video. I'm sorry again. It's just the editing part. Work with me.
Yeah.
But that gives me life when they say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for you guys to post another video, because it's like, oh, you guys are really watching it, and I thank you guys for that. So let's move on to the next question because I'm babbling.
Yeah. Okay. Love you. Okay, so the second one, advice, like how to wait for the right person. Not exactly a question, but we can work with that.
It is a question.
Yeah, I guess it is. Well, prayer. Always stay in prayer. And don't be searching. You don't need to search, because if you love God and you trust God and it's something you want, you can believe He's gonna bring that person to you. And you may know right away, you may not know right away, you may even know this person already. But when the time is right, when you are prepared for this person to come into your life as a relationship, that person will show. I prayed a lot for many years for that perfect woman. And I always heard people say, don't settle. And I got to the point where I was so exhausted of praying for this perfect person. I was willing to compromise and settle in some areas that I'm like, this is what I want, God. And God said no. He said, I have somebody who is exactly what you've been praying for. You just keep waiting. And when that time comes, I'm gonna bring her to you. And that's what happened. The moment I finally let go and stopped searching completely, because I may have said, oh no, I'm not looking, but in my head I was still looking. I still had my eyes open. Oh, is it this person? Is it this person? I like this person, she's cute. But that searching is what doesn't allow us to mature enough to be ready with ourselves. You got to be ready with yourself before you can even think about making that move. And that doesn't mean you have to have every part of your life set. I didn't, and we're still working on ourselves. And just from her being around, I've wanted to work harder on myself to become that person.
What was the question?
Advice on how to wait.
So basically, what I can tell you to do is, this one person came to my church, church where I used to attend, Trinity, and her name is Heather Lindsay. I remember she spoke on, she did a sermon on like waiting, and I remember, I'm a photographer as well, so I was taking pictures of the sermon, the event, and I remember her saying, just wait, like, don't, just like what he said, like, don't, like,
search.
Like, not search, like, don't be so quick to, like, jump into a relationship.
Anxious.
Like, yeah, like, it's just wait. Just wait. Matter of fact, she said, take your eyes off of it. Stop focusing on it. When you stop focusing on it, you're focused on other things, and then out of nowhere, you wouldn't even know if this is the person that God sent you, because you're so focused on doing other things. You're like, hold on, wait, God, this is what you sent me out with, like, like you wouldn't know, because you're so focused on bettering yourself. You're so focused on being in the Word of God. For those who are Christian, who are religious, you're so focused on building up your business. You're so focused on taking care of your family, taking care of yourself, working, and you're not focused on a relationship. When you're not focused on trying to find a person, the person will come to you, because God is taking his time and creating the person that is meant for you. Sometimes the person is not ready because they're going through something, a hardship, a breakup. Maybe they're still in a
process.
What's the word? Maybe they're still in a unfunctional relationship. Dysfunctional, that's the word. Maybe they're still in a dysfunctional relationship, and they're not listening to what God is saying, like, yo, this girl is waiting for you, but you're sitting here with this other woman, and she's not who I had for you, you know? So it's like, just wait. Don't pressure it. Don't focus on it. Just keep your eyes fixed on Jesus.
Amen. And one thing she had said, while you aren't focused on the relationship, don't be putting yourself down saying, I'm not ready, because you don't know when God's time is. Keep your mind set on God and keep focusing on him, but do keep in the back of your mind that when that person shows, you're not gonna just throw it out the window, because it may be time and you don't feel ready. Just wanted to say that. All right.
I think we're gonna do 2 more questions, since we're kind of running out of time here. I didn't know it was gonna go that long. I'm sorry.
All right.
Sheesh, we were on number 3.
Yes, we're only on number 3.
Okay, we're just gonna do 1 more then.
Bruh. All right, which one do you want to pick?
We can just go in order. Come on, let's go in order. So, talk about what you have learned about yourself in this relationship. You want to go? Keep it short, because I know you.
I've learned a lot. I've learned that I still have a lot of areas in my life that I need to work on. Both areas that I've realized on my own, and areas that she's brought to my attention. You know, things that are hindering our relationship that I need to work on, but also things that I need to work on for myself. For example, my relationship with my mom. My relationship isn't always so great. You know, sometimes we have fights, and I need to learn to be a better son to her, and get back sometimes and just be like, okay. And that's something I'm working on.
Okay, so for me, all right, guys, all right, y'all should know.
Oh boy.
I'm a very patient person, but I didn't know that it takes certain things for me to, like, actually realize that I'm not really patient, because there are new things that I'm learning about him, and it's like, all right, let me just give it, because he needs time. But I'm like, but I don't want to wait. Like, I've been waiting so long for him to show up, and he took so long because whatever God had to work on me, him, whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all right, let me just work on my patience. So I learned that I can be, to me, I feel like I'm patient, but it depends on what area. I'm patient in finding a job. I'm patient in waiting for somebody to return something they borrowed from me. Like, I'm patient in little things like that. But when it comes to like relationships and different things that we talk about or we want to do, or like if he's feeling some type of way and he's like, hold on, wait, and I'm like, but I don't want to wait. It's like we have to come to a middle ground, to come to agreement and say, okay, all right, let's just do this instead of like doing it 100% his way, doing 100% my way. Let's like come to a middle ground. Like, it takes
Compromise.
a lot for me to do that. And another thing is all right, communication. Yeah, so I thought I communicate well, but I've seen, in the past that I noticed that I don't communicate sometimes, and I always thought that I did. Like, I always thought like I'm the bigger person, so always like, okay, let's talk it out. But I'm a person who used to be petty. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still petty. But yeah.
I'm not saying nothing.
Anyways,
Guys,
so
I'm in trouble.
anyways,
Help.
so I like, if he pisses me off, I'm just gonna shut down. Like, I'm just gonna be like, all right. I wouldn't text back because I'm just that petty. Like, I can't. It's just I learned a lot about myself. Like I said, like, I thought that I will always be the one to talk things out, to be the bigger person, to like say, come on, let's sit down and talk it out. But I'm just too petty to do that, because I'm like, no, I'm mad. I want him to feel that I'm mad, so I'm not going to text him back.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
But yeah, so
I'm not gonna lie, I sometimes do that too. But it's definitely something we're working on. Both of us. Because we both have a bit of that issue where we're upset about something and we just don't want to talk. The best thing to do in that situation
is to take a deep breath
and be like, hey, I'm sorry.
Let's try this again.
Let's try it again. And talk about it. Don't ever let it go, because it's not just going to go away. You've actually got to sit down and talk about it. On the phone, in person, whatever's more comfortable, not through text. Never through text, because that can very well be misconstrued. So definitely communicate, and if you have that issue, work on it. Work on it, even if it takes you just sitting there in the moment and not talking for an hour.
Yeah.
If you get together and you just sit there for an hour, even if you're in your little mood, at least you're present there. You don't vanish, you don't disappear. Make a little change at a time. 2-degree turn. That's it. Until you finally get to where you need to be with that communication. Because without a communication, it won't work. And with communication also comes understanding. You have to understand the person.
And in order for you to understand the person, you have to hear what the person is saying and not just listen. It's one thing to listen, and it's another thing to hear what they're saying, because you can listen, okay,
and
come through,
right out,
and it comes right out, and it's like it's just floating around like some air particles.
Yeah.
Like the Rona.
I heard you. Yeah.
But they're not really understanding or hearing where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this concludes part 1 of our questions and answers. We have plenty more to come. I promise you that I'm working on bringing the videos quicker as possible. But these questions are really good questions. I didn't think it was gonna go that long.
Definitely not.
I was at first I was thinking let's do 5 questions. I'm like, no, that's too short. That's gonna be like 7 minutes.
Yeah, and I was like 10 questions, and we're like okay, sifting through
Yeah.
different questions we had.
And we're
so.
literally 20 minutes in. After editing, it's probably gonna be 18, 17, 15, whatever. But yeah, so just stay tuned for our next video. Thank you for tuning in.
We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and please comment more questions so that we could add on. I think we're only going to do what, 3 parts, 3 to 4 parts. I don't know.
Probably 3 parts.
3 to 4 parts because we have 10 questions and we only needed 3.
And don't forget to hit that bell icon.
All right, guys, signing off.
All right.
Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.